Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. We're going to start this love reading by taking a look at your overall energy. And we begin with help from above. Creative, you inspire my mind and fill me with light. And the Justice card. Very interesting. Justice, bringing that balance, bringing that fairness, bringing that evenness. That's the energy you are stepping into right now. This help from above has helped you to get there, right? That's really giving you a different perspective on life, giving you a different flavor of energy in your life, and that's probably feeling really good to you right now, Sagittarius. Not to say that, everything's going 100% the way you want to or 100% perfectly, but you're getting a wave of energy from that is maybe unexpected, but certainly welcome. And part of that, too, is this creative force coming alive in you, this creative energy. Your person seems to be inspiring you in a way that maybe you haven't been in quite a while, whether that's taking that into, very artistic creative side with music, art, visual arts, design, that sort of a thing. Perhaps that is the case, but also it could be, toward the things that you do in your day-to-day career that maybe aren't as artistic, at least to the layperson. Maybe they don't seem as artistic, but many things, even very technical things, can be a very high art in this world, and that energy is still that same energy that powers, discovering new ways to take care of certain processes. Anything that could be very technical can be very artistic as well. So either way, that's the kind of energy that's flowing into and through you now, and I think you can probably feel that is uplifting you. And if you're not feeling that just yet, know that that's what's coming your way. And let's take a look at your person's energy. What is their overall energy here? Discover your life purpose. Unfaithful. I've been hurt too many times. And justice for them as well. Well, now that's very interesting. Apropos, right? So interestingly, this discover your life purpose energy, that sort of lean and push from their overall energy here is going to be pulling them maybe away from some of their old habits in their life, and perhaps it's a little bit of an indication that they need to take a look at some of those and release them as well. This unfaithful energy, this does not mean that they've been unfaithful. This just means that energy is around them, meaning that they've been hurt before, so perhaps they're just so worried about that happening again, and perhaps they are even surrounded by people who are being unfaithful, right? Maybe some of their friends are in this energy as well, and so that's kind of affecting your person's energy, whether or not they're actually being unfaithful. This could be that they are being unfaithful, but I almost never read this card that way because of the subtext. I've been hurt too many times. So that really, to me, indicates that it's just on their mind, it's on their heart, it's in their energy, and they're just so worried about it. This is a little bit of fear, right? And that is something that they want to release. This is definitely stopping them from fully discovering and stepping into their life purpose. However, this Justice card, I think that this is going to be what needs to come in at a greater degree, and I think it's starting to, because that's why it appears here, to override this fear of unfaithfulness and to understand that in the end things will be just and things will be set right. But I just want to remark that it's very interesting that both of you have the Justice card for your overall energy. Perhaps your person is a Libra, or one of your placements is Libra as well, Sagittarius. Maybe that's a connection point, right? That the two of you are really looking for that balance in this relationship. And perhaps this even indicates that this is that relationship to bring that balance to the two of you. How do you feel about this connection, Sagittarius? The Nine of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Very, very happy about this connection, and your view of it, your emotional view anyway, is that this is going to take you down that path to what you're looking to, kind of feel in a relationship, right? Nine of Cups is just before the Ten of Cups, which is the happily ever after. So it's right at that cusp, right at that precipice. The Four of Swords, this is a restoration energy, restoring your soul, restoring your energies, restoring your, a fervor for love and a real deep connection. King of Pentacles is the experience of that, right? The active experience of that. And I think what we're seeing here is that you're very magnetized toward this connection. That's pretty clear. But not only that, you see it as a wholly fulfilling connection, and something that you're really trying to fashion your life around. Not necessarily this person per se, but this kind of a relationship that could be that sort of holistic, supportive, loving, and successful in the sense of growing you spiritually, growing you emotionally, and really just taking you to the places you want to go in your life. Maybe even physically taking them, but certainly I think spiritually. All right, how does your person feel about this connection? Two of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Cups. Two of Swords, they are stuck at trying to figure out how to go forward here. Part of this is this unfaithful energy really overwhelming their mind and their perspective, and really I think a lot of their emotional process around this connection. This being how they feel, their emotions are kind of stuck. It's almost like they may be thinking too much, right? This is them thinking too much about things of the past, maybe not even in their past, but perhaps, again, like we're saying, there's some of their friend groups, some of their co-workers that they're seeing that are just persistently in this kind of an energy, and they're just so concerned that they're going to be experiencing that. And that's a big conflict for them, right? The Seven of Wands. It's an internal conflict, but this is the external conflict. So it could be one of those things where if it is maybe co-workers that they've tried to take a stand against and say, hey, look, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. And that's caused some real friction in their life. King of Cups, though, this is the wonderful balance between intuition and emotion and the action that they see, or excuse me, they feel that is going to be the result of this connection coming to fruition. So this is kind of an exalted type of energy, an exalted balanced energy. Really interesting. King of Cups is a very balanced energy. We have the Justice cards. We keep getting that theme here. Very, very interesting to see that. But either way, know that your person is definitely magnetized toward this connection emotionally. How do you view this connection, Sagittarius? The Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. So the Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles are definitely aligned together. Seven of Pentacles being that wonderful fruit that we talked about, like what this relationship could mean and bring to you in your life. That's exactly those fruits on the Seven of Pentacles. You work toward this together. You plant the seeds of the relationship and the emotions together. You tend them, water them, and make sure that they're free of weeds so that they can grow strong. And you then eventually get to reap that harvest. And that is the real metaphor for this relationship unfolding. The Two of Cups, the soulmate energy, that's really what you're seeing here. And you see how that can unfold. However, you're not sure how to get there. There's a whole bunch of ways that you can see to go forward. There's a bunch of options in front of you, but you're not sure which one is correct, because perhaps your person's not opening up too much to you, because I think this unfaithful energy has them really concerned about what could happen here with this relationship. But know that, again, they are seemingly magnetized toward this, and you clearly are as well. So take that information into your decision process with these things you see in front of you. How does your person view this connection? The Alchemist, the Ten of Swords, and the High Priestess. The Alchemist is the magician in this deck. So their view is that this can happen, right? It can be made to happen, right? The two of you can kind of take it into your own hands. You don't require external circumstances to let this come to fruition, right? You can make it come to fruition. You just come together and decide on that. The High Priestess it represents a transcendent spiritual and intuitive connection, transcendent being the most important part of it, because it's not just a connection of this earth, not just a Ten of Pentacles kind of connection. It's not just a connection of the heart. It's not just a Ten of Cups connection. It is everything combined, right? So Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Cups, or excuse me, Three of Pentacles building together. All of those wonderful things. Six of Cups, the wonderful true love. This is what they're seeing here with this connection. However, the Ten of Swords is that fear. This is the fear of this unfaithfulness coming to the surface, that a lack of faithfulness will really just shut everything down, right? It'll kind of stab them in the back. It'll rend their heart in a way that they're not sure if they will be able to mend. And that's the real cloud of fear that's hanging over them. I think they're going to have to do something to come to terms with that, to be able to move forward here fully in all of their spirit. What are next steps for you, Sagittarius? The Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Two of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles here is moving toward this, like actually taking those steps. So if you feel stuck, know that you're going to need to take some steps toward it. You're going to need to kind of present it to your person and say, hey, look, this is where I'm wanting to go. Are you on board with this? That's also that decision to really bring that up and take action here with your person. The Hermit too, you certainly want to be focusing on yourself. It's interesting you have the Four of Swords and the Hermit here, both on your side of the reading. Really, what this is indicating to me is that this help from above is here for a real reason, right? And you need to understand what that reason is, and what energies are inside of you still that you're clinging to, perhaps past habits, patterns, etc. Maybe even some karmic anchors, karmic weight around you. Find out what that is and try to release it with this help from above. Some sort of maybe moon energy inside of you. That's really going to open up this whole connection for you, Sagittarius. I really believe that. And what are next steps for your person? Queen of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Three of Wands here, plan for how this is going to move forward, because if they don't, then they're going to just continue to be overwhelmed by this unfaithful energy, and it's going to freeze them, or continue to freeze them, keep them stuck at this Two of Swords point. Two of Swords can resolve into the Queen of Swords, taking that intuition and communicating and starting to think about this relationship from that intuitive perspective and not this fear-based, restrictive energy, restrictive perspective that they're in right now. And the Six of Swords to understand that this is a journey that the two of you will go on together. It's a journey to leave this past behind, these fears of this past behind, these things that are inside of you that you need to release behind you, and build a new life together. And it's a faraway land, so you don't know what it's going to be like, but the idea of taking that journey together should be the thing that energizes and excites the two of you to really understand more of each other and how the two of you work together. This is a potential for a deep loving, but not just loving, but a very supportive relationship between the two of you. And I think your person could really be open to that if they can let go of some of these, kind of shadow type of energies that are over them. All right, let's get some of these message cards and see what your person has to say. I can't bear to build it all again, to watch it all wash away. That's, again, this unfaithful energy coming out just again. That this probably is at least some of this energy is something that happened to them in the past. They had to deal with that unfaithfulness, and it really was very painful for them. It was Ten of Swords for them at that point, and that's why they keep having this fear. It's kind of like Five of Cups, right? They see that in the past, and they focus on it so much that they are projecting it into the future. And not only are they projecting it into the future, they're actually magnetizing themselves to that experience to bring it into their experience again in the future. So this is understandable that they feel this way, but they will have to be able to move beyond that, or they will just watch it all wash away again. Tell your heart that I'm the one. This is very interesting. And even kind of obliquely, this is also a reference to this unfaithful energy, that I'm the one, right? Not I'm one of them, or I'm one. I'm the one. So this is, your person definitely has a lot of focus on fidelity and, I guess in monogamy, in a sense at least, of the connection between the two of you. And they're very serious about that. And maybe letting them know if you're committed in that way too, or you're certainly open to that kind of a commitment. Them hearing those words and knowing that that's where you're coming from, Sagittarius, I think that will go a long way to kind of alleviating some of this fear and concern that they have from this unfaithful energy. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this was a helpful reading for you. Please only take those elements that resonated with you, as that's the important information that your person, or excuse me, that your person, your higher self, that you have for yourself, right? That's the information that's going to take you where you want to go, right? That can unlock this relationship with your person. So definitely integrate